Hey, Craig, let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
It's a coffee.
I feel like
It's a coffee talk.
I feel like we've done so many coffee talks. How many have we done?
I don't know.
Hundreds?
Greg. We've had a lot of coffee.
Oh, kicking it with some
A lot
coffee.
of coffee. I have a question for you.
Oh, fire away. I'm an open book.
How many times have
3.
you been scared? Well, okay, 3.
Nope.
Done. Coffee talk's over.
Yeah.
How many times have you been scared to do something, but you do it anyways?
I mean, a lot.
Right.
After all, I'm old.
What is the deciding factor? So let's take a recent investment or a recent
Right.
turn with your agency with leads or whatever. What is the determining factor of going from maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, I'm scared to doing this, and then to diving in?
Now I know that I've become aware that there's some level of discomfort when I'm going to do something that I haven't done, and I just go for it.
Totally.
Now, jumping out of the airplane, that's one thing that I'm scared of doing, and I feel like I need to do, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that.
I haven't either. Well,
I'm freaking scared. I don't like going on planes.
Well, you're a dad too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not the best.
Yeah, but like if you just look at like logically the odds, it's very low that you're going to die.
This is an interesting turn. But my wife and I were watching, there was like people climbing in these beautiful places like Zion and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have these very narrow, or the dome.
Yosemite.
Yeah, Yosemite. You look at it, and a lot of people die.
Yeah.
As they're going in these narrower, incredibly
Right.
steep.
Angel's Landing and at Zion has like some like chains and stuff you have to go up. And
Right.
It's really crowded.
You got to be pretty brave to do
Right.
that. So I imagine they are pretty scared, but they do it anyway.
Yeah.
And that really is what bravery is. But on a side note, what a waste of using your like 9 lives, right?
To jump
Why
out of the
would
plane?
you use your chances on just like, I don't know, on the side of a cliff hanging thousands of feet over?
So my wife did that. She did hang gliding in the Swiss Alps. She went
No.
on this hike I always called the Thelmas and Louises. Like they go on this ladies thing, and they went to the Mount Blanc in Switzerland, and she did it. Like she came up, she goes, "Oh yeah, I went hang gliding." I'm like, "What?"
That's
Like,
insane.
and she said she wasn't even scared. It is incredible. Like I would be shaking on that deal.
Well, hang gliding might be more worth it for me, but
I don't know.
but I'm thinking like, well, I don't know.
I think there's more mechanical failure opportunities on a hang glider.
Truth. But at least with like rock climbing and stuff, I would rather take my chances doing other stuff.
Now we're really going to get on a tangent here, but there's this. What's that? The movie where the guy goes climbing in Yosemite, goes to the. I think it's Half Dome, and he wears no rope. Free climber. I think it's called free climber. But
We'll tie this in. Don't worry.
So this is really interesting. So he has this thing in his brain where he doesn't experience fear. Like there's some condition. So he doesn't experience it in the same way that many of us do.
He's not afraid of that. He's not afraid of the fact that he's cognizant of
He's
the fact
cognizant that there is a high likelihood that eventually he will die from free climbing, because that's what he does. He doesn't use ropes. He climbed El Capitan with no rope, and there's one part of that thing where there's only 2 like ways that you can jump across this small thing, and you're 2,000 feet up. And if you screw up, you're dead. And it's like they did the whole buildup in the movie is to that point, and then he makes it. But he makes it and turns and looks at the camera.
Well, that movie could have gone poorly if he didn't make it.
Woo! I mean, you know the outcome of the movie, and you're still white knuckling the whole time.
Right.
So, or Free Solo, that's what it's called. Very good movie. If you want to experience fear through somebody else's eyes, it's pretty gnarly.
Love it.
Like, it shows the director and the filmer, they're filming, they're like, I can't do this. Like, they're having anxiety from it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of situations like that here, right? Where you make a decision. Okay, am I going to commit to a different marketing strategy? This is going to cost me X. And we even see it with the Teledudes clients. Some people will sign up, will say, don't get 4. They come in hot, right? They want 4. That's a big spend every week.
Yeah.
You're adding 4 employees. I mean, think of what the cost of 4 employees is.
Yeah.
And then the leads to
facilitate
that, and you're in the thousands of dollars a week.
Right.
Will you get results? Yeah, 100%. Will you get them tomorrow? No.
Right.
Right? It's over the next 90 days, you're going to see that full
You're gonna see it,
distribution.
yep.
And I remember I had that fear, right? Remember you say to me, we've told the story a billion times, but you helped walk me through that fear where I was going to pull the trigger. Or
Right.
Not pull the trigger. Well, pull the trigger on
getting more leads.
Yeah.
Or on not
on
ejecting.
just ejecting, right? Like
Yeah.
it was, okay, that's it. I can't do it anymore.
Right.
And I went through that discomfort and I decided, okay. And then when you said more leads, more telemarketers, it's like,
You're scared.
right. I mean, I was scared going in.
Right.
And this is like 60 days down the road, not really seeing results that I could believe would justify what had been done. But
Right.
then it was like, okay, well, at this point, why does it even matter?
Yeah, so that's interesting. So a lot of people look at other people or situations and think that person's brave. That person did it. And we get scared and we almost get crippled by fear sometimes from doing stuff. But being brave isn't like somebody that's brave. And usually we probably think of like this big, strong dude that's like taking on.
Big, strong woman, too.
Yeah. Taking on a dragon. I was going to go with like a dragon.
Yeah, I mean,
with a
you see a
sword.
lot of dragons.
Okay. But yeah, you look at it like those people that are brave aren't scared, but they are. They just do it anyways. I think we fail to see those moments of them being scared and deciding to do it anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not ejecting from whatever they're doing. They're in it, they're going to do it, and they're going to finish it out.
Yeah. Well, a lot of folks will do the same thing and just hope that there's better results, right? That whole definition
Right.
of insanity. It's not going to change. And you are likely going to have to do something uncomfortable.
Right.
To get to that next level.
100%.
I mean, we weren't writing, I don't think we ever wrote over 100K.
Right.
And now it's consistently 225 to 250.
I remember when I started spending on leads and all that stuff, the marketing spend. I mean, to even spend 10K.
Right. 10K is funny now.
Right, exactly. And it's like taking those steps, being brave allows you to get to the next level.
Right.
Whether it's scaling your agency or whatever, it's always going to be scary to do something out of your comfort zone. But man, you got to do it. It's the only way to grow. It's the only way to progress.
You level up, you become accustomed to it, and then you can move to the next step. That's why baby steps, not 4 telemarketers or 10 telemarketers all at once, unless you're George Carbonell, then you're okay with that. He did it. I don't understand it. But very rarely can somebody do it. And I think maybe it's because he had seen it and believed it.
Right.
But like take an emergency room doctor, right? They don't start by sewing somebody's head back on. Right. They went to medical school. They went to an anatomy
and then
class.
They sewed somebody's
right.
back.
But they went to medical school. And then I bet you a lot of them are like, okay, I have that anatomy class where we're going to have to work on a cadaver. And do you think they were, I mean, I'm sure there's some people that may have been excited to do that. But I would know that I would be like, oh man, I'd be all stressed out thinking about the first time we're going to cut a human open. Right. And
Right.
then they went from that to all these other steps. I was talking to a guy that is a surgeon fairly recently and asking him these kind of questions. And he said, I don't even think about it anymore. Like, 'cause you slice somebody open, like I would see the blood and pass out. He's like, dude, I don't even think about it.
Anything you do consistently becomes
second nature.
An afterthought. Like, you don't even think about it. But it's always going to be nerve-wracking at first, whether it be you think of public speaking.
Yeah.
I dropped out of high school because I wouldn't public speak.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
And so you weren't brave into overcoming that fear. Right?
No.
It was, and that's the number one fear.
And then a series of crippling events after that that spiraled out of thought, because then it's like, I can't speak in front of people.
Sure.
Because
then you beat yourself up.
That's the frame.
The cycle in your mind. And it's interesting, though. Then you went on tour and were on stage in front of people.
Right.
Even with Katy Perry.
Right.
I saw the video with you drumming and Katy Perry singing.
That's true.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Katie Hudson.
Oh,
time.
Yeah. Hudson.
Her real name.
Huh.
Well, I think that's a coffee talk. Be brave.
Yeah, be brave.
Take that first step. If there's something that you're thinking of not doing because you're scared of it, do it.
Yeah. And that's why we do this show. If one person out of the 3 listeners right now decides, you know what, I'm going to go for it, then our work here is done. We will drop the mic.
My mom is one of those 3.
She is. Yeah. My mom isn't. I don't think she knows even how to turn on a podcast. Yeah.
A poodlecast.
A poodlecast. And you can always throw, if it did impact you and it did that, throw it in the reviews or send us an email, whatever.
Please do reach out. We love it.
We love it. We do get a lot of people reach out on the Facebook Messenger, on everywhere. It's pretty crazy.
It's cool.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
So that's...
Join the Facebook group. Insurance Dudes Facebook group.
Yes. Go. Join.
Yeah.
Join in.
Yeah.
And that's a coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to do write 100,000 in premium
Yes.
off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes, it's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All right.